Hello friends, it's evening time. We had a busy day. It's been the last cooler days in the 80s we've been having, so we've been out. We're at the dog park for hours and they got away from me. So it's time to feed the worms. According to my notes, it has been a week and 1 day, so 8 days since we fed them, / started a tier, / moved some worms around, and so I want to see how we're doing. I left it a little bit longer just because, like I said, we moved some worms around and I probably fed too much given the change. So I thought, you know, I'll give them a little extra time, figure it out. Throw this down here for now. And just a quick recap for those of you who missed what we did. I'm going to pull my notes back over here. Don't mind Moose. He decided now is when he needs to be eating all his puppy food. So the lowest level is tier 2. And that was started. And that's the one that we started with no coconut coir, just shredded paper, and some worms from bin 1, which is the one above it, and then bin 3, which I believe is still on the top. The other tiers, or in that tier, actually got a small feeding. And then tier 4 and tier 3 got the same feeding. So we're gonna get in here. We got a lot to check on today. So just to start with though, I am going to pick up 2 tiers. Maybe I should have done this earlier in the day. I apologize about the waiting, but let's get in here. Wait, Moose, we gotta check on the worms. Yeah, I like that. He's like, oh yeah, okay, I know how to check on the worms. Okay, so this is tier 1, as we can see here. And this is the tier, it looks beautiful. Definitely looks beautiful. This is the one, though, that we are currently starving. And it's definitely making a lot of progress. Obviously, there's plenty of worms still in here. I assume they've migrated one direction or the other. I'm not seeing like any worm ball activity under the avocados as we're going through here. And again, I'm sorry about the lighting, guys. Normally we try not to do the nighttime feedings, but you know, sometimes you just gotta do what you gotta do. So this layer is actually really well progressed. I'm trying to find some good lighting for you guys, but I don't know if you can tell, but it doesn't look like the coconut coir really anymore. There's clearly castings in here, so I feel pretty good about that one. The hardest part is sometimes is getting the worms out of there, but what I'm trying to remember as I'm coming up on a year of doing this is that sometimes just because we don't see food in there and we don't see anything the worms necessarily want to eat doesn't mean that there isn't still stuff in here, and that's why they linger, because they're not going to stay somewhere there isn't food. So really quickly, let's check out our new tier that we just started, coconutless tier, and kind of just poke around and see what we have. I've fed them towards the middle here, obviously under all the paper, and we just put some worms in here. We didn't put a whole lot. So let's see. Oh, here's everybody. All right, so they're clearly doing fine. Oh yeah. Whoa. Trying to be gentle with them in here. All right, I don't see any food. I just see a worm ball. So we'll let them keep doing their jam. But that makes me really happy to hear and see. So let's see what we got over here. Anything happening over here? No, not really. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, this is like a little bit more off center, so we kind of fed them in this area. Now we're gonna feed them like a little bit further back, so that way they don't have as far of a distance to go. I don't want to feed them a whole lot this week. So what I'm gonna do is I have the last of my tortillas that went stale on me. So I have these on hand, and I have just like, trying to clean out my freezer. So I have like a baggie of just random frozen berries. I got some grapes, some strawberries, some banana peels. It's leaking because I meant to feed them earlier. And, you know, it didn't happen. So we're just gonna put like a few grapes in. They're definitely, like, it's definitely warm now at this point. So we're gonna just put a few grapes in just to make it easy for them. And then I have this paper towel that they've been dripping onto, so that's gonna go in there. And then I have a tortilla that's gonna go on there. And then, yeah, this is already wet paper towels, so that's gonna go in there. I'm just trying to kind of build up their bedding a little bit. And then, because there's not bedding in like the coconut core, all that kind of stuff since, boop, just a little paper just to cover it, make sure everything is good. So I feel good about them. I don't want to overfeed them. I definitely want to have them start kind of getting situated, and hopefully some of these worms coming down, but there's not so many worms in there yet. I should have put that in there. So I don't want to overfeed them. And I kind of want this week to be a little bit of a lighter feeding anyways, so the last week I fed them a lot. Tier 1, we're still starving, so they're not going to get any food from us today. I do, just like I did earlier, just kind of want to shuffle things around, because I feel like if I shuffle things around, it kind of disrupts them a little bit and keeps them more interested in moving around. So, tier 4. All right. Oops. Let me put this on my freezer here. So tier 4 last time, got 2 toilet paper rolls in the right corner, so where this is covered up. So let's see what we got here. It's this layer looks very flat. I don't know why, it just looks so flat, which is good. You know, that's fine. A lot of wormies in here. Hey, you Wormington community. Okay, so they're kind of scattered everywhere, which is good. Now let's get in here, because like I said, 2 toilet paper rolls, that's a lot of food. Wally, we're checking on the worms, you don't have to bark. Are there any toilet paper rolls left? Okay. A little bit. It looks like just the wrapper. Well, look at all those healthy worms. I wish I did this during the light, but if you guys can't tell, there are a lot of worms here. A lot of good worms. I'm not seeing any food though. So good. Also, not bad. Not bad. I'm very pleased with that they ate all the food, but also I'm like, I don't want to overfeed you guys either. So I'm just kind of gently pulling back some of this area towards the back over here. And then what the plan is, I have half of the tortilla left, or I'm going to give them half a tortilla in a second. Let's see. We're going to give them half of the remaining bag that we have here. This is mostly fruit. There's some other little tidbits in here, and there's part of, like, there's a banana peel in it and stuff, so we give them part of the banana peel. Or the whole banana come out. Let's see. Yes, we got them half the banana peel. Woohoo! Small victories. All right, and then as per usual, I'm gonna, well, let's step it up a little bit. We're going to bury it a little bit since it's not cold. Then I like putting the tortilla down, so we're gonna have a tortilla, and then a little bit of bedding here, and then just because I don't see a lot of bedding in general, I'm gonna put some of this in here because it is also food for them. It's just one that doesn't attract bugs, so that's cool. I just went back and looked at my notes really quick, and this bin, or tier 4 here, is actually, it was started March 31st, so pretty much at the, what is it, 2-month marker or so. So that's promising to see that it's well developed and there's plenty of worms in there and it's going really well. Something that I've thought out in the future is, you know, there's a balance between when do you harvest, so they're not swimming in their own, you know, poop, essentially their castings, and then when do you just like, okay, this system is thriving, let's keep feeding it. And so because, you know, it takes so much effort to migrate and starve the tier, and when they're doing good, they've got a lot of good momentum. I hate slowing them down. All right, we got a lot of guys up here. Pretty good. I'm not gonna fuss with them because I think this is gonna be a pretty quick check-in as well for it. So this is the oldest tier that's active right now, and this was started mid-February. So theoretically, we should have more activity, or more worms at least up here. And I think that's true. There's definitely a lot of worms here, as I'm trying to get out of the light. I'll show you guys what we're looking at here. But I think there's a decent number of worms here for sure. So let's see how they got the same feeding last week as the tier 4. Let me try to get out of the light here. Let me get over here. This is what I get for not getting it together early enough in the day, you guys. I'm sorry. Alright. Let's see what this left. Okay. So I can see the toilet paper rolls. I see that there's just toilet paper rolls and worm balls. There's not really any food left. Like, I can't identify any food. So I don't want to disrupt them too much, but there's clearly a worm party happening. So we're gonna let them just keep doing their worm party thing, and then this corner back here, we're just gonna feed them the same way as we did the tier 4 behind us, or below us there. So nothing fancy this week, guys. Just trying to show you an alternative to feeding. I do really like the toilet paper roll method because I think it's cleaner. It's a little easier to maintain and defrost. It's in Tupperware, so that's always my preferred method. But you gotta work with what you got and what you gotta do. So I'm cleaning out my freezer this week, or trying to. So that's why they got this. So I have some paper towels here. I'm just gonna push over here, and look, we got a Wally. Hi, Wally. You checking on the worms? Wally's like, is there a chance I can get more food? Yeah, Wally had a good day. He went to the park. He swam. Now he's tired. Look how tiny he gets. Can we just appreciate how small? Like, he's 65 something pounds, so. Okay, he's too cute. I don't want to interrupt him. Alright, we'll throw a tortilla on there. And he thinks Wally has the right idea. We're gonna start winding down for the night here, guys. Well, Wally's like, Mom, I need my cuddles, and you know, I kind of need my Wally cuddles, guys. So we'll get this all put together here in a second, but we'll check in with you soon, and hopefully it'll be better lighting. This is a really great progress. I'm really pleased that we took worms out of these active layers and moved them down to the bottom, and the worms that were left in the active tiers demolished all of the food, which was something I was worried about, because I gave them twice as much as I normally do. I gave them 2 rolls each. And so they finished that with flying colors, and the new tier is doing really well. There's a great worm colony, like a worm ball happening, and they finished all their food. So it's only going to get better from here. If you guys are interested in pre-composting, I have some experiments running. I uploaded the first video already, so that you know, it's an experiment, right? So it didn't go so far how I wanted it to go, but I have plans for iterations that I've already put into place, especially by the time you're watching this. It will definitely have been version number 2 already started. So I feel really good. I feel really good about my pre-composting plan. We're iterating quickly, but essentially it's just trying to figure out what to deal with the excess food scraps and stuff that we have. So that's all we're doing. So check out that video. I think you might find it interesting to learn at least maybe what not to do. Alright guys, until next time, thanks for watching.